Hi guys, welcome to another Seasons in Garden video. In today's video we are going to put mulch on our garden paths. Now usually what I do, we make our own mulch and put that on, but this year we will have to use a little bit of both industrial mulch because we just weren't able to do the mulch yet at all. So the first step that I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my little hoe and scrape a little bit of old mulch that has been infested by some really nasty weeds, and I'm also going to scrape the weeds out from beneath it. I'm just going to make sure to run through all of the areas, and the first thing that I'm gonna do is, the first areas that I'm going to remove the weeds from are the 3 paths. On the 4 path I have 4 bags of mulch, so it will have to wait until I move the mulch from there. When I have scraped all of the mulch to the middle of the veggie patch, now I'm going to just put all of the weeds and some of the old mulch that has a lot of aggressive weeds inside it to this garden bag. And for the rest of the old mulch, I'm just going to go around and pick up all of the weeds that are left in there, and I'm going to spread the old mulch around to level the path a bit more, and so that the bottom below the next year's mulch is a bit smoother than it is now. Now that I'm finally happy with how my paths are, at least these 3 paths and the middle are cleared up, I can start adding the mulch on this area. This will also remove the bags of the mulch from the remaining part, and then after these are applied I can just quickly apply the last one to the last path when I clear it of weeds. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting out the bottom of the bag and then just spreading it around the path so that it's not on the same place. Now if we were using our own mulch, homemade mulch, it would be exactly the same. The only difference is that usually we take our mulching machine and then put the mulch as we make it into either a bag or a bucket, and then we just put this on the path. Exactly the same, so just spread it around slightly, but currently I'm not worrying if it's in a little heaps because I'm just going to spread it around some more after I'm done in all of the bags. The last bag I'm just going to move aside until I finish up with the last path. Now this one had a bit more sturdy weeds, so I had to pull some out by hand, and then the rest of them I could just scrape off. But it was a bit tougher than the first 2 paths, and definitely not as tough as the third one. That's the one that is furthermost from the camera. When that was all clear, it was time to put mulch on this path as well and to finish up. Now when I put the 4th bag, I realized that there's not enough mulch, so I also used the 5th bag that we bought just in case. But luckily we did buy it, so we had enough. With this one I was much smarter and I cut it at the top instead of more on the side like I did the rest. So this one was much easier to tip out. When all of the mulch was on the paths, I took my hoe yet again and I simply went around and spread it out as much as I can with my hoe and also my legs. You know, just make it as level as you can and that's it. It doesn't have to be super perfect, it just has to be good enough so that it's easy to walk on. Now that the mulch was spread out, it was time for my little mulch dance. There were some people looking at me in a bit of weird way, but this actually compacts the mulch down on the paths and they are much easier to walk on. Whereas if I just leave the mulch uncompacted, it takes a bit time until it compacts it up. Yeah, if I compact it right away, then it's super easy. It's much more sturdy to walking, and that's what I prefer in these paths. Especially because soon we are going to sow some seeds and I don't want to, just dig myself inside mulch. I want it to be pretty firm. It was a fun activity though. And yes, I do this even with a homemade mulch. And soon my garden paths were nice, compacted and good to walk on. And I was done. That's it. See you soon and take care. Bye bye.